Welcome again in this lecture of the linear differential equation. Today I will discuss some formula related to the particular integral and will try to solve questions related to them. We have the first formula for a particular integral as the first formula is 1 upon fd of e power ax into some function of bx. In this case, we will take this e to power ax outside, and if we take e to power ax outside, then our d will be replaced by d plus a, and in the bracket we have function of x. Now here your bx can be x, e to power x, sin x, cos x, tan x, any function of x. Then we have second formula as 1 upon fd of x power m into sin x or cos x. Next formula is for x power m into sin ax. In this case, as we know that from Euler formula, we know that cos theta is the real part of e to power I theta and sin theta is the imaginary part of e to power I theta. So here your sin theta can be written as imaginary part of e to power I theta. So this will be your imaginary part of 1 upon fd x power m, and sin ax can be written as e to power ix, because your sin theta is the imaginary part of e to power ix. So we can replace your sin theta by imaginary part of e to power ix. Now using the formula number 1, we can take this e to power ix outside. Then in the bracket we will have x power m, and we have already solved questions related to the algebraic term. Then after solving this term and reducing it in the form of a plus ib, then your answer will be b, because we need just imaginary part. So if we solve this term and after reducing this term in this form a plus ib, then your answer will be the imaginary part of this term, and imaginary part is your v. So let us solve questions related to these two formulae, and we have a similar formula for x power m into cos ax, and for cos ax we will take the real part. So the first question is solve d square minus 2d plus 1 of y equal to say 8 power x upon x square. Solution: your auxiliary equation will be m square minus 2m plus 1 equal to 0. Our roots will be m minus 1 whole square equal to 0. So the roots are 1, 1. So your complementary function will be c1 plus c2x e to power x, as the roots of the auxiliary equation are equal. And then your particular integral will be 1 upon d square minus 2d plus 1, and in the bracket we will have e to power x upon x square. Now this term can be written as 1 upon d minus 1 whole square, and in the bracket we will have e to power x upon x square. Now taking this e to power x outside, in the bracket we will have our d will be replaced by d plus a. Now here your a is 1. So on taking this e to power x outside, this d will be replaced by d plus a, and for a we have 1. So our d will be replaced by d plus a is 1. So in the bracket we have 1 upon x square. So here you can see that your d is replaced by d plus a, and a is 1. So we will have 1 upon d plus 1 minus 1 whole square, and in the bracket we will have 1 upon x square. So this is your e to power x, and 1 upon d square of 1 upon x square. And now this is your 2 time integration of 1 upon x square. 1 time integration of 1 upon x square will be, we can write this term as like this. So 1 upon x square will be minus 1 upon x, and then integration of 1 upon x will be your log x. So your final general solution will be the complementary function plus the particular integral. This is your yc, which is your complementary function, and this is your yp, which is your particular integral. So the sum of these two solutions will be your final solution of the problem. That means the general solution. Then the next question, solve plus 2 of y equal to x cos x. Let us solve this problem. So solution, your auxiliary equation will be m square minus 3m plus 2 equal to 0. So from here our factor will be m minus 1, m minus 2. So m is equal to 1 and 2. So therefore your complementary function will be, say, yc equal to c1 e to power x plus c2 e to power 2x. And your particular integral will be 1 upon d square minus 3d plus 2, and then in the bracket we will have x into cos x. Now here you can write cos x as the real part of e to power ix. So this will be your real part of 1 upon d square minus 3d plus 2, and in the bracket we will have x into e to power ix, because cos x is the real part of e to power ix, because we have this formula e to power ix equal to cos x plus I sin x. Now we can replace our cos x as the real part of e to power ix. So your cos x is the real part of e to power ix. Now use the formula number first to take this e to power ix outside. So if you take e to power ix outside, then our d will be replaced by d plus a, and for a we have I, and in the bracket we will have x. Now this is equal to e to power ix. Now this is your a square plus b square, plus b square means I square. I square is minus 1 plus 2ab. So this will be your 2bi, and here we have minus 3d. Then we will have minus 3i. This I square is minus 1 plus 2. So this is equal to real part of e to power ix d square. Let us take this d common. Then in the bracket we will have 2i minus 3. And now this is your 1 minus 3i. 1 minus 3i. As we have x in the bracket, so we will make this term in algebraic form. We will use the binomial expansion, and for that let us take this term common. So if we take this term common, then we will have 1 minus 3i. Now after taking this term common, we will have 1 plus this term divided by 1 minus 3i. So this is your upon 1 minus 3i, then power minus 1, and so on. Now use the binomial expansion, that is 1 plus x power minus 1. That will be your 1 minus x plus x square, and so on. So this is equal to real part of e to power ix 1 minus 3i plus, now if you apply this formula of binomial expansion, then we will have and I think in the bracket we have x not x square. I'm not taking the higher terms because we know that the double derivative of x square is 0. So terms from the our second derivative term will be 0. So the third and fourth term will be 0. Now if you send this x inside the bracket, then here we will have x. Now this e to power ix can be written as cos x plus I sin x. Let us multiply by its conjugate. So this will be 1 plus 3i divided by 1 minus 9i square, and that will be your 10. Now here in the bracket we will have x. Now the double derivative of x will be 0, so that get vanished. Now d of x means the derivative of x is 1, so we will have 2i minus 3 divided by 1 minus 3i, and the remaining terms will get vanished because we will have the next term will be the square of this term, and square of this term means d power 4 d square and 2d cube. So the remaining terms are 0, so this is your final calculation. Now let us simplify this one by multiplying by its conjugate. So this is your x. Now if you multiply by its conjugate, then this will be 1 minus 9i square. So that will be your 10. So this is 1 by 10. Now here we will have 2i minus 3 into 1 plus 3i. So this is equal to real part of 1 by 10 cos x plus I sin x 1 plus 3i. Then in the bracket we have x. Now this will be your minus 1 by 10 2i. Then we will have minus 9i. So this will be your 2i minus 9i, that means 7i. Then this will be your 3 to just 6 I square is minus 1, so that means we have minus 9. Now as we need only real part, so now let us simplify this one. Cos x plus I sin x, let us send this term in the bracket, so this will be your x plus 3ix, and here this will be your minus minus plus 7 by 10 1 plus 3i and 9 plus 7i. So this is equal to, this is your 9 minus 21 plus we will have 34i. So that means this is your minus 12 plus 34i. Let me cross check. This is your 1 plus 3i into 9 plus 7i. So this is your 9. Then we will have 27i. Then we have 7i. So this is your 34i. And then 21 minus 21 plus 9. So this will be minus 12 plus 34i. So minus 12 plus 34i. Now as we need only real part, so your real part will be x into cos x upon 10. So this is equal to 1 by 10 x into cos x. Now if you multiply by I by this term to this term, then we will get I into I, that is your I square is minus 1. So we will have next term as 3x into sin x. Then if you multiply cos x and this term, then again we will get the real part. So we will have minus 84 upon 10 cos x. So this is your solution, and your final solution will be the complementary function plus the particular integral. This will be your 1 by 10. Now if this is 1 by 10, then this will be your minus 1 by 2 minus 12 upon 10, and minus sign is here. So this is 12 upon 10 into cos x. Then we will have one more term of real part, that is when we will multiply this sign to this term, and that will be our 34 minus 34. I into I will be I square is minus 1, so this will be minus 34 upon 10 sin x. So this is our particular integral, and the sum of these two solutions will be our general solution of the problem. Here we can take LCM. This will be your 6.5. and this will be over 17.5. Now if you take the terms of cos x common, then this will be your 5x minus 6 into cos x. Then similarly we will have another term for sin x. So that is the solution. Now let us solve few more question is to solve d square minus 2d plus 1 of y equal to x e to power x cos x. Let us solve this question. So solution, your auxiliary equation will be replace your d by m and put your right hand side as 0, because for the complementary function our right hand side should be 0. So this is your m minus 1 whole square equal to 0. So from here we have m equal to 1 and 1. So your complementary function will be c1 plus c2x e to power x, and your particular integral will be 1 upon d square minus 2d plus 1 of x e to power x cos x. Now if you take e to power x common, this can be written as 1 upon d minus 1 whole square of x e to power x cos x. Now if you take e to power x common, then this will be your, if you take the e to power x common, then our d will be replaced by d plus a, so that means d plus 1, and in the bracket we will have cos x. So this is your e to power x, x is also there, so we have x cos x, and it is your 1 upon d square x cos x. That means we have to integrate x cos x 2 times with respect to the x. So this is equal to 1 upon d, one time integration of x cos x is equal to, one time integration will be cos x into integration of cos x is sin x, then we will have minus sin, and then the integration of sin, which is your minus cos, so this will be plus cos x. Then again we have to integrate this term, this bracket with respect to x, and the integration of this bracket will be, and the integration of this bracket will be e to power x. Now here x into integration of sin will be minus cos, then we will have minus sin, in differentiation of x is 1, and then again integration of cos will be sin. So this is your by part integration of this term, x into sin x, and then the integration of cos is sin x. So here you can see that this is your minus minus plus, so we have 2 sin x minus x cos x. Therefore your general solution will be the sum of complementary function and particular integral. Complementary function was c1 plus c2x e to power x, and your particular integral is e to power x 2 sin x minus x cos x. So this is the general solution of the problem. Then next problem, solve d square minus 2d plus 2 of y equal to say x plus e to power x into sin x. Let us solve this problem. So solution, your auxiliary equation is, for auxiliary equation we will replace our d by m, so this is equal to 0, and from here we will have m equal to minus b plus minus b square minus 4ac divided by 2a, and this is equal to 2 plus minus, this will be minus 4, and minus 4 can be written as 2i divided 2, so this will be 1 plus minus I. So your m is alpha plus minus I beta. Here your alpha is 1 and beta is 1, so your complementary function will be e for alpha x, alpha is 1, c1 cos beta, beta is again 1, plus c2 sin beta x. So this is the complementary function, and our particular integral will be 1 upon d square minus 2d plus 2 of x. Then the second term is d square minus 2d plus 2 of e to the power x into sin x. Now for the first part, as our bracket is algebraic term, So here we will use the binomial expansion, and for that we will take the lowest power of d as common. Here the degree of d is 2, here degree of d is 1, and here we have the constant term. So we will take this 2 common so that it can be written as 1 plus x power minus 1. So let us take 2 common. So if we take 2 common, then here we will have 1 plus d square minus 2d by 2. And if you take this term in the numerator, then we will have this term. And here this term can also be written as d minus 1 whole square plus 1 e power x sin x. We can also write it as d square minus 2d plus 2 as d minus 1 whole square plus 1. Now here it is of the type e power x into some function of x. Now if you take e power x outside, then our d will be replaced by d plus a. Sure. For the first part, let us open this term with the help of the binomial expansion. Then we will have this term and the higher terms. And here, if you take e power x common, then in the bracket we will have d square plus 1 of sin x. Now, if you set this x inside the bracket, then we will have 1 by 2 into x. D square of x means the double derivative of x will be 0. So this term is 0. Then we will have minus minus plus. This 2 will get cancelled with this 2. And d of x means differentiation of x is 1. So we will have just 1. And all the remaining higher terms will be 0 because we know that the derivatives of the second and third derivative of x will be 0. So all the remaining higher terms will be 0 because all those terms contains the power of d square and higher power. So we will have just half x plus 1, and here if you put d square as minus a square sin ax age 1, so if you replace your d square by minus a square, that means minus 1, then you can see that this is your 0. So to get rid of this term, we will multiply 1x in the numerator, and here the differentiation of d square will be 2d, so we will have 2d. Because we have d square plus 1, and if you put d square, if you replace d square by minus 1, then it is 0. And now as it is 0, so we will multiply the numerator by x and we will differentiate the denominator with respect to d, and we will get 2d. Now 1 upon d stands for the integration, so integration of sine will be minus cos. So our answer will be x upon 2 e power x cos x. So your general solution will be the sum of the complementary function plus the particular integral. If this is your complementary function and this is your particular integral, then their sum will be the general solution of the problem. So this is all about this lecture. In the next lecture, I will discuss some general case of the linear differential equation with constant coefficient.